In this video, we will learn how to write chemical formula. We know that in all languages, the alphabets combine to give words. So, the language of chemistry starts with the symbol. So, what happens when these symbols combine? We get the chemical formula. So, when symbol combines, we get chemical formula. Okay, let's see how we get these chemical formula. Let's recall some element with positive valency. Some elements with positive valency. Here you can observe hydrogen, valency of hydrogen is +1, sodium +1. For potassium, the valency of potassium +1. We have discussed about the valencies. How to find out the valencies? You know how to find out the valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom. Okay. So for these atoms, the valency is +1. For calcium, valency of calcium is +2. It means it have +2 electron in its outermost shell. Valency of barium is also +2. For manganese, magnesium, zinc, valency of these elements is +2. It means they have 2 electrons in its outermost shell. And by donating these 2 electrons, they can complete its octet. So, valency of these 3 elements is +1 and valency of these elements are +2. For aluminium, valency is +3. Chromium, valency is +3. And for carbon, valency of carbon is, here you can see valency of carbon is +4. Okay. So, these are the elements which have plus valency, which have positive valency. Similarly, recall some elements with negative valency. Here you can say hydrogen with -1 valency, chlorine -1, similarly bromine -1 and iodine also has -1 valency. Elements which have -1 valency, it means they need 1 electron to complete its octet. Or we can say in order to complete its octet, they need 1 electron. That's why their valency is -1. Now, for oxygen, valency is -2, sulfur -2, nitrogen -2, and for carbon -4. You know, carbon has 4 electrons in its outermost shell. So, sometimes it shows +4 valency or sometimes it shows -4 valency. About that we will discuss later. So, elements with negative valencies are non-metals, and these elements needs electron to complete its octet. And metals have positive valency. It means they have extra electron in its outermost shell. So by donating these electrons, they can complete its octet. That's why they get positive charges. Got it? You will observe hydrogen shows both positive valency and negative valency. Similarly, carbon. We know that carbon has 4 electrons in its valence shell or outermost shell, so that it can neither gain electron nor lose electron. So what carbon do for complete its octet? It shares electrons. It can neither gain electron nor lose electron because it have 4 electrons in its outermost shell. So it shares electron. So that's why it is considered positive valence, both positive valency and negative valency. In some cases it take positive valency and in some cases it take negative valency. Okay. And similarly, hydrogen complete its duplet by sharing 1 electron. By sharing its 1 electron, so it shows both positive valency and negative valency. So in some cases it shows positive valency and in some cases it shows negative valency. Got it? Now let's discuss how to write chemical formula. There are some steps which we have to follow for writing chemical formula. Let's start. First step, for writing chemical formula, first write the symbol of the elements. You know the symbols of the element. We have discussed about that. Okay. So, let's take an example, water. So, water is made up of element hydrogen and oxygen. You know, water is made up of element hydrogen and oxygen. So, for writing chemical formula, firstly we have to write the symbols of the element. So, symbol of hydrogen is H and symbol of oxygen is O. Now, step 2, check their valencies and write the valency of each element at the top. We know the valency of hydrogen is 1 and valency of oxygen is O. Here you can see valency of oxygen is is 2. Okay. Now, so according to step 2, check the valency and write the valency of each element at the top. So you have to write like this. Valency of hydrogen is +1 and the valency of oxygen is -2, or you can write like this. Valency, here you can write as a superscript +1 -2. Now, step 3. Here you can write like this. Okay. Step 3. Ignore the signs, means ignore the charges plus or minus and interchange these numbers. Okay. Now, in this step, what you will do? Ignore the charges and interchange these numbers, valencies. Now, make the superscript as subscript. After interchanging the valencies, what we will get? H2O. Okay. So, this is the chemical formula for water. Got it? Let's discuss the rule again. Guidelines for writing chemical formulae. For writing the symbol of the two radicals, write the positive radicals to the left and negative to the right. Here you can see we should write the positive elements at the left side and negative element at the right side. Okay. Now, write the valency of each radical at the top. As we have discussed, write the valency of each radical at the top of the symbol. After writing symbol, we should have to write the valencies at the top. Now, divide the valency of each radical by if there is any common factor. Means if two elements having the same valency, what we have to do? We have to divide the valency of each radical by a common factor, if any. Suppose any element which are having 2 valency, both the element is having 2 valency, we have to divide with 2. Okay. If they don't have the same valency, no, ignore this point. Cross the valencies. After writing the valencies, cross the valencies for the 2 radicals and place the number at the lower right side of each radical as a subscript. Now make the superscript as subscript. In case of a compound radical, enclose in a bracket and place the number outside the bracket. Got it? So these are the rules which we have to follow for writing chemical formulae. So for understanding more about this, let's write the chemical formula for some more elements. Let's take one more example. Magnesium chloride. According to first step, we have to write the symbols. We know the symbols of magnesium and chlorine. Magnesium, the symbol is Mg, and for chlorine, symbol is Cl. Okay. In second step, we have to write the valencies at the top of the element as a superscript or superscript like Mg plus 2 Cl minus 1. Or so after writing the symbols, in step 3 we have to ignore the charges. Got it? Now ignore the charges and interchange the valencies. Step 4, interchange the valencies across the valency. Now here you can see the superscript in this case, make it the subscript, means make the superscript as subscript. After interchanging, what we will get? MgCl2, but 2 will be written at the bottom of the element, means this superscript will be written as a subscript. So what is the formula of magnesium chloride? MgCl2. First step, we have to write the symbols of the elements, then we have to check the valencies and write the valencies at the top of the element, and in third step ignore the charges, and in fourth step interchange the valencies, and in fifth step, this after interchanging we will get the molecular chemical formula. Clear? Now let's discuss about the chemical formulas of radicals. So let's take an example, potassium sulfide. Potassium sulfide, formula of potassium is K and sulfide is S. Potassium sulfide is made up of the radicals K and sulfide S. For writing chemical formula, first write the symbols of radicals. Firstly write the symbols of radicals, K for potassium and S for sulfur. Got it? Now write the valencies of each radical at the top. Now write the valencies of each radical at the top. At the top. Now here there is no common factor in valencies, so there is no need to divide them by any number. If they have common factor, means +2 or +1 -1, what we will do? We have to divide them with any number. So there is no common factor, so we don't need to divide with any number. Okay. So now ignore the charges of valencies like this. Now cross the valencies. And step 4, cross the valencies. Here you can say interchange the valencies, and this superscript will be written as subscript. After interchanging, we will get K2S. So chemical formula of potassium sulfide is K2S. Got it? Same. Next example, calcium carbonate. The radicals of calcium and carbonate constitute calcium carbonate. Now write the symbol of radicals. For calcium, symbol of calcium Ca and symbol of carbonate is CO3. Now write valencies of each radical at the top. Calcium, valency of calcium +2 and valency of carbonate is -2. Now in next step, divide the valency by the because these elements have the same valency +2 and -2. So what we will do? According to rule, divide the valency by the common factor. Here common factor is 2, so divide with 2. So when we divide valencies by 2, we get 1. So now after writing 1, what we will do? Just cross the valencies or interchange the valency. What we will get? CaCO3. For 1 valency, we don't need to write 1. CaCO3. So what is the formula of calcium carbonate? This CaCO3 is the chemical formula of calcium carbonate. Next chemical formula is aluminium sulfate. So in aluminium sulfate, the radical are aluminium and sulfate. So for making the chemical formula, write the symbol of radical. Firstly, we have to write the symbol. For aluminium, symbol is A and Al, and for sulfate, symbol is SO4. Now write valency of each radical. So firstly check the valencies. So a valency of aluminium is +3 and valency for sulfate is -2. Next rule, there is let's check if there is any common factor, but here you can see no common factor is there, so no need to divide it. Okay. Now what you will do? Just ignore the charges. Now after ignoring the charges, just cross the valencies or interchange the valencies. Okay. Now this superscript will be written as subscript. Here you can see Al2 SO4 3. SO4 is a single unit, so we will enclose in a bracket. Al2 SO4 whole thrice. Got it? The formula of aluminium sulfate is Al2 SO4 whole thrice. Here is the sulfate is act as a single unit, so we have to enclose it in bracket. Ar2SO4 whole thrice. Got it?